Hi guys, and welcome back to my YouTube channel. Thank you for once again joining me. My name is Stha Msomi and I am an essay feminist YouTuber. So today's video is very spontaneous. I was not intending on filming, but I saw something at 2 o'clock this morning that really sparked my interest and it made me want to film content. So if you do have comments after this video, please do comment down below. Other than that, please make sure that you have subscribed so that you do get a notification as soon as I post, and like this video. So let's get into it. So I saw a meme this morning of the one and only Drake, and it was a picture of him clapping, and the caption of the meme was, "When her name is on a degree certificate and not on a club flyer." So basically Drake was applauding that. And when I saw that, I initially laughed. I was like, that's so funny, you know, how a normal person would respond. But then afterwards, I sat back and I retrospectively analyzed what message that meme was actually purporting or perpetuating to people who read that, or just the general public and the social media community. And you know, I realized that in those moments, it's the things that we laugh about, but that we actually don't realize communicates a certain message about gender paradigms and gender roles. And you know, a person can say, "Oh my gosh, Sandy, you're just taking this too seriously, and you are just being so extra." But I'm a very observant person, and I notice little behaviors that aid in perpetuating and feeding into the epidemic of patriarchy and sexism and the paradigms of what each gender should assume in terms of responsibilities. So I think that the caption of that meme is something that made me, you know, think and ask myself, why did that person who created that meme have to write her? Why couldn't that person just write, "When that person's name is on a degree and not on a club flyer"? Why did it have to be the female? You know, and that's the question I have to ask. And it makes me realize that we place certain responsibilities and prominence of certain achievements on women more than we do on men, you know. And I believe in education. I mean, I am in an institution of higher learning and education because I believe that education is one of the ways, not the only way, one of the ways one can emancipate themselves and their families and be a valuable asset to society. But I think that it's very unfair to say that we need to applaud a woman and her value and her worth comes from her being you know, being in possession of a degree rather than a club flyer. Because you get a person like Mr. Philip Casper Nyovest, who did not complete high school, who has not stepped foot into a university, but he is so applauded as such a talented musician, as a, you know, an icon of popular culture in South Africa. And in his interviews, no one is gonna say, you know, we're not gonna clap for you because you're all over club flyers and festival flyers, yet you don't have a degree. No one even cares about that. No one even cares to ask him about that. But we put so much pressure on women to have to say, "I've done this and that and that and that," only then for people to take a woman seriously, or only for people to then validate the competence of women in whatever field. And I just think it's very unfair to look down upon women in certain industries who may not have degrees or things that society deems as positions that make you dignified. It's very unfair to place that pressure on females when men in the entertainment industry or whatever industry it is don't have those qualifications, yet they're praised, yet they're glorified, yet they're idolized, you know. And I think it's just those small things, that messages like that really, you know, plant in people's heads to say that, okay, a woman first needs a degree, she needs X, Y, and Z, she needs to get married, she needs a cat, she needs a dog, and she needs a carriage to just be validated as a perfect woman in society. I remember watching a interview that Chimamanda Ngozi Adichie had with Trevor Noah on The Daily Show, and she was talking about how she has a deep-seated issue with the fact that we place so much prominence on on women to aspire for things outside themselves, things that don't validate them as a human being, things like marriage and children and certain qualifications to be deemed as someone who's qualified. Yet we don't groom men to aspire for those very same congruent things. And she had a point, and she made reference to all of the women who first referred to themselves as wife, mother, then CEO, then CFO, or then influencer, or whatever it is. And she said that men don't do that. And I started to actually try to discount all of the times I've been on Instagram or Twitter and think of the married men out there who have their Instagram bio as husband, father, which hardly ever happens. If they're a CEO, they're gonna write, I am the CEO of whatever company, you know? So it's just, when I look at those paradigms and how there's so many disparities between the way in which we validate women and the way in which we validate men, it's still so evident that there's certain expectations placed upon women that men don't have to achieve, or men don't have to aspire towards, and they can live life without being ostracized, without being judged, and without constantly being questioned about their worth. So it just goes to show how life is incredibly difficult for women, and I really do sympathize and empathize with women who are in spaces where they can do everything. They can cover their tracks, they can be super talented, super competent, but then they're asked, your name should be on a degree certificate and not on a club flyer, you know? And it goes to show that a man can live his life in clubs and whatever scene he wants to be seen in, and if women do the same thing, they're labeled as certain things, which is completely unfair, and I think it's completely ludicrous, and it's a notion that we genuinely have to work together to dissolve and to destroy and to completely obliterate from the face of society. So I don't know, if you think I'm being too extra by analyzing such memes in a certain way, then maybe we can have a discussion about it and talk about it, and I can hear your point of view. Maybe that meme meant a different thing, but I think that we just need to be mindful about what we say and what we expect of people, because we never know what notions we are driving and perpetuating in society. No shade to the meme community, but low-key shade. Just be mindful of what you post and how what you say potentially influences the way someone else thinks. So that's my opinion and tea for the day. If you do have any comments or any rebuttals or any alternative views to interpret that meme or the situation, please do let me know. I love engaging with you guys. You can either DM me on Instagram, or you can comment down below and we'll have a chat about it. But from my side, thank you so much for joining me, and I'll see you next time.